I'll try to take a smaller bite this time. Welcome back to Cook It Simple with Eric. Today we're going to do a very simple recipe, tuna patties. I had about 3 cans of this tuna stacked up in the cupboard over there, and I thought, man, I need to use that. So I decided to make tuna patties, and I'm going to bring you along. So what we're using today is we're going to use 12 ounces of your chunk light tuna in water. 12 ounce can. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard, and I have a half cup, just a little over half cup of Italian breadcrumbs. Gives it a really good flavor. I like to put about a half cup of Parmesan grated cheese in with it. It kind of helps hold it together. We're going to be squirting about a half a lemon in there. Where you have a 1/4 cup of finely diced onion. I'm just using yellow onion because that's what I had on hand. You can use white onion, whatever you want. We're going to use 1 egg as a binder, and of course tools that I use here. So the first thing we need to do is drain our tuna. So I'm sure we've all opened cans before, but with the tuna, since it is filled with water, I can do it about halfway. Just dump it out. That's all you gotta do. Some people like to put it in a strainer, kind of mash it around, strain it out. Well, here at Cook It Simple, we do it simple. So I'm just gonna open the can. Once the can's open, you have your water in it. I just turn it over. Just lightly press in. If you press too hard, you can shoot it across the counter. I've done it. And that's probably pretty good. You don't want to drain it too much because you might dry it out. So there you have it. Drained tuna. Now that we have our tuna drained, we're just going to take the fork, scoop it out. Put it all in there. We have everything. And Stuart gets the can. My can opener cuts really soft edges, so he does get the can. So we'll go ahead and give it to him. Here you go, little buddy. So here you just want to kind of flake it up a little bit. Whatever consistency you like. I like this. This will be a good start. So, yeah, since I'm dropping tuna in the breadcrumbs, let's go ahead and add our breadcrumbs. I'm going to go ahead and add our half cup Parmesan cheese, grated or shredded. Let's do our 1/4 cup onions, finely diced. Get those in there. Now the onions give it a nice little texture. It gives it a little bite. That's why I like to put them in there. Let's go ahead and do our 1 egg. Remember, always crack an egg on a flat surface. That way you don't get any chips up inside the egg. We'll put that in last. Got our lemon. I just put my hand over it. Just squeeze. You should be able to get about a teaspoon out of it. There we go. Do that. Now your Dijon mustard. Again, with your condiments, you can put more or less or none, depending on your preference. I love Dijon mustard, so we're going to put 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard in. And then our 2 tablespoons of Tbls mayonnaise. And there you have it. Now, fun part, we just get to mix it up. And I use my favorite silicone spatula. From here, you just Get it all together. Make sure everything's incorporated nicely, especially the egg. You want the egg to kind of just make its way around. Then I mix it about like this because right before I make it into a patty, I'll be using my hands so I can incorporate all this a little better with my hands as soon as we get to that process or that step. But now at this stage, we're ready to make it into patties. So what I do, I get 3 4-ounce patties out of this. You can go 4 3-ounce ones, whatever you like. The reason why I like to go with the 4-ounce patty is because I like to put it on a piece of toasted wheat bread with American cheese and some romaine lettuce and make a sandwich out of it, and that's what we're going to do once our patties are cooked. So I'm going to do 3 patties and I'll show you what I do. So I went and grabbed a plastic cutting board to put the patties on. I don't want to put it on my wood cutting board because it's kind of a fishy product. So again, I just like to make sure that everything's incorporated good, but not over mixed. And I just kind of flatten it out like this, and I'll show you why. So once this is flattened out, I know we're pretty much about equal. So take the rubber spatula. Basically what we're going to do, since I'm doing it in thirds, I'm going to make a Mercedes-Benz logo. However that is in your angle. So once we have this, now I've got 3 equal servings. I'm just going to make it into a ball to start with. Just kind of work it around by hand. Now these won't shrink, so whatever size you make them, that's the size they're going to be. And these are very fragile. Get that one patted in there a little more. Try to even them out. All right. They're not pretty, but they are good. So let's go to the stove and get these babies cooked. So I started preheating my skillet. I just put it on low. It's been about 2 minutes. Kind of warms up the skillet. So now we're going to bring it up to temperature. We're going to cook everything at medium heat. So right now we're at medium. So the first thing we want to do is I'm going to use some olive oil here. So we're just going to drizzle some in the pan. So on these, once I put these in, I'm only going to cook 2 at a time, then I'll go back and cook the 3rd one off camera. But once I put them in, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to the top of it, just one side. I would say we're there. Like I said, these are very fragile. Add a little thing like that. There's that one. There's that one. All right. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper right to the top of it. Now we're going to cook these for about 5 minutes. More pepper. And then we'll flip them. So it goes about 4 to 5 minutes is what normally goes. A little salt. A little flavor enhancer. We don't want to taste the salt. We just want the salt to enhance the flavor. Okay, it's been about 4 minutes. So let's go ahead and flip these easily. See what our bottoms look like. They sound like they're just right. Oh yeah. That is exactly what you want to see. Remember, very gentle. Oh, look at that. Is that just beautiful? So here in about 3 minutes, we're going to slap a piece of American cheese that I got from the deli on top of each. I'm going to go ahead and prep our bread and get our lettuce and everything ready to make this beautiful sandwich. It's been 3 minutes since we last talked with each other and flipped. So now I'm just going to turn the burner off. We're going to throw some of this white American cheese on here. Let that do its thing, and I'll meet you back at the cutting board and we'll make this delicious sandwich. Now that we've had our cheese sitting on there for a little bit, it's melty a little bit, let's go ahead, take this, layer your sandwiches. I just like to put a simple thing of romaine lettuce right on top of it. And that is a beautiful, beautiful sandwich that we are just about ready to taste. Now comes my favorite part. We get to try these sandwiches. So these, beautiful wheat bread, romaine lettuce. Well, I put a little mayo on it. Our cheese is now melted nicely. We have the beautiful tuna patty. I'll try to take a smaller bite this time. That is exactly what I was wanting. This is a very tasty sandwich. You really have to try it. And again, as always, if you do try it, let me know how it goes. I would love your feedback on it. But other than that, thank you. Please like and subscribe if you've liked what you're seeing so far. I do appreciate that. I love it. I'm having fun. So again, thank you for watching Cook It Simple with Eric.